All right, dude. So be honest. Can anyone, anywhere, at any time of the day, with stuff like just in their house, make a good product photo?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, 1,000%. You can do that in your house right now if you wanted to.
Wow. All right. Well, let's jump right in. What is up, everyone? All right, so today's video is all about how you can take insane, crazy product shots in the comfort of your home, specifically shots like this. Right now, I'm about to FaceTime Drew Schnelly, who is also known as Drew Photo on social media, and he is like the guru of product photography and shooting photos that will blow your mind in less than exciting places.
1, 2.
Drew's lesson all about DIY studio photography in the comforts of your home is now available on our shop. It's 25% off right now, so if you want to deep dive his whole process, then definitely check that out. He shoots both products and portraits and then shows you how to get that extra polish in post and work in a little magic to make your photos stand apart from the rest. All right, so now let's FaceTime Drew for these tips. FaceTime Drew Photo.
Making a FaceTime call to Drew Photo LA.
LA, that's funny.
Hey, what's up?
Yo,
How you
what
doing,
is
Niles?
up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing good. Hanging in there.
Dude, are you ready to crush some tips for the viewers?
Absolutely.
Sick. So what is your first tip? Your first tip for shooting product photography?
First tip for me, it's got to be you have to bring out the personality of the product in some sort of way. You got to play along with it. Like, for example, the Sprite shoot that I did, having the water spray off the cap.
It's
or
refreshing.
messing with
It's
refreshing. It's beautiful. It gives it that pizzazz.
Yes.
Doesn't make it just a Sprite can sitting on a background sort of thing. As well as for like the Lexar SD card shoot, they wanted me to implement speed and efficiency into the product.
Yep.
And I mean, what better describes speed than light and fun light? And so I did some light trails.
It looked like the memory card was traveling at the speed of light.
Super proud of that one. but yeah, bringing out the personality of the product to really emphasize what that product means or what it means to you. And there's so many different things that you can go off on that. Next, I would say is cleaning the product as best as you can.
Okay.
I can tell you there's been times where I have been lazy and not done it, and you end up spending so much more time in post trying to fix all the little dust specks that are on the product to make it look super nice. So,
Okay, so it's dust. It's like, it's like the little blemishes, or like, what is it? It's like because I mean, like, cleaning the product, to me, it's like, I don't even think about that, right?
yes, just like the little dust, anything really, especially if for me, I do a lot of my product stuff on a macro lens. So I'm getting really, really close detail shots of a lot of these products.
Okay.
And so just a little, like, even things that you don't really notice, even when you are shooting, will
Yeah.
pop up in post. And so just it's a lot easier to clean up before post and doing it when you're shooting.
Do you do that with like some compressed air or what?
A microfiber cloth or like what are those things called? The little dusters?
Yeah, like a little air pusher.
Air
Yeah, I don't know.
dusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, either of those work great. Just to make it easier for yourself later on.
Okay, so for the third tip, I feel like we should hit something. When I was filming your lesson, I mean, first of all, my mind was just blown the whole time because like how much attention you're paying to like shooting it, how creative you are with like your ideas, and then also like just the editing to me is insane. But I feel like for the third one, you bounced a lot of light. Would you say like that's just crucial?
Yes. I mean, especially if you don't have a lot of expensive equipment. Not saying that I do, because I really don't when it comes to the photo world. But using natural light as much as you can definitely will help. So if you're doing, like, you can easily do a product shoot just using natural light.
Yeah.
By bringing it up to a window and then using some sort of bounce, whether you have a bounce or reflector that you've already purchased, which are honestly fairly cheap on Amazon, or even using like a t-shirt, like you could even use a sheet from your bed, cardboard, paper that you have, construction paper. There's lots of things. Anything that is a nice white bounce color. I've even used a pillow before. So there's definitely options out there for you. But natural light up against a window, using a bounce to fill in the shadows is really nice. Or you don't have to fill in the shadows depending on the look that you're going for. But natural light is really, really, really nice.
And it's free.
Use it. Yes.
And it's free
too.
And free is, everyone loves free. Everyone loves free.
Everybody is, for the most part, has access to natural light. So
yeah. Okay, sick. What's tip number 4?
So for me personally, I love bringing movement into my product shots, especially since it's not, because I come from shooting with a bunch of models, doing a lot of portrait work, and it's easy to get emotion out of your models and that sort of thing. It's hard to get emotion out of a product, so bringing motion into that product to make it feel a little bit more alive really will make your product stuff stand out a little bit more than the rest.
Totally.
The thing that with a lot of product stuff, the ones that excite me the most are the ones that include some sort of movement into the product. That may be a personal thing, but I love movement. I think it looks awesome.
And that's the splashing, that's the dripping, that's the
splashing, the dripping, the light.
Yes.
Making your product not look like it's just sitting there nice and stale. But I mean, there is a time and place for those photos as well. I just think the ones that outshine the others are usually the ones with movement or some sort of action going on.
All right, dude. Last tip number 5. Hit us with the goods.
When shooting with products, you want to make sure that your product is what is the main focus of the image. You don't want any distractions in the background, whether it be, it could be just simply the color of something. Maybe the color of something behind your product is just very eye-catching and distracts your viewer from the product itself. Also, just making sure that your product is kind of the brightest thing in the image.
Oh, the brightest thing. Interesting. Yeah.
Your eye is more likely to be drawn to the brightest part of an image. So just making sure it doesn't have to be like blown out bright, but just make sure that there's nothing in the background that is a little bit brighter than your product, because it will distract from the product itself. But yeah, just make sure you get rid of distractions. That also can kind of go hand in hand with like cleaning up the product and that sort of thing. Those little things are also distractions. So,
and also maybe like the leading lines of the image. I feel like you do a good job of like almost like your eye when you look at your photo is being drawn to the product versus like, your eye is kind of wandering. And I feel like you do that with lines, right?
Yes. That is a big thing for me, is that you do want it all to lead into the product or what you're trying to show off about the product. And so as long as your leading lines all kind of lead up to to the product or the name of the company or whatever it may be, it will help with your images quite a bit. It's going to make them look a lot nicer than others that don't have those leading lines that lead into that product. So if you can make it all about the product, that's kind of the goal. Obviously, you want that. So get rid of the distractions in the background, whether it be color, brightness, anything like that. To make sure you get those leading lines into your product.
Sick, dude. Well, thank you so much for those tips. Can you tell everyone right now to go buy your lesson?
Yeah. Go check out my lesson. This is my first time ever doing something like this. It's crazy. So if you want to support me as well as learn some crazy, awesome stuff, check it out.
All right, everyone. So hopefully that was educational for you on how to take cool product photos. Again, Drew is just an absolute baller at taking these photos and has a good understanding of the entire process. So if you want to check out his lesson, feel free to do so. Right now, it is the best price the lesson will be at. So yeah, check it out. Hopefully you enjoyed the tips either way, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.